All
Oh,
right, guys, big waves out there. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. And we are so excited to have you on our Wednesday Wisdom special team call with Coach Palmer and many special guests this evening. So we're going to kick it off with a little bit of housekeeping items, if that's okay. And then we will turn over to the meat of the call. So bear with me. I'm going to share my screen.
Andrea Rosser, I got to say something before you share this screen,
Oh.
or as you share the screen. No, you're just good. You're good. You're good. I want to say on this call tonight a big thank you to everybody. Guys, we've been traveling a lot to say the least, and many leaders that are on this call has been traveling with us. It is so good to be back. It's so good to be in routine. It's so good to see your faces. One of the biggest things I love about this business, maybe pan out, Andrea. This is important. I got to share everything. I got to see everybody's face. I sincerely want you to feel this, and I want to look at you. Okay. One of the biggest blessings that I never want to I never want to forget in this business is the people. Like coming, experiencing life with you, coming and being in your hometown, coming and doing Super Saturdays, meeting you at a Connect event at Partner Co. that we're going to do very soon in Ohio. I see we got Dr. Crystal Vance on. you know, Seeing you in Dallas coming up for our PXP event. I never want to forget that the biggest importance to this business is the connections, it's the people, it's the community. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you tonight for being here, for taking the time out of your night, and for putting this on. And what you're going to see from the Wednesday Wisdom is we're going to start highlighting people that can maybe drift nuggets your way for your team, opportunities to just things that they're doing to win, right? How many of you like that? Like maybe put a one in the comment if you're like, I like getting on a call where there's some meat and potatoes that I can take back to my team so they can grow. And tonight you're going to get to hear about two amazing ladies and an amazing team. I should say three amazing ladies, but you're going to hear some rank advancements from two that went to senior officer and one went to officer, and their team broke several ranks. But it was a committed effort, a zeroed in process, and you're going to get to hear that tonight. Okay. So go ahead, like pen and piece of paper, because they're going to throw out some things. And I want you to look and listen for, okay, what did they say that I can take back? What did they say they did that I can learn from me and my team? Because just listening to these three ladies as we were talking about tonight, it taught me. Like I learned some things listening to them, so I know you will too. And I just wanted to kind of preface that as we kick off the call tonight. And Andrea, if Dr. Crystal is here, her and Tara Stewart has been behind the scenes for the Partner Co Connect in Columbus, Ohio, coming up at the end of July here. So maybe she might want to share a couple of little tweaks there. I'll turn it back to you. Thank you, Andrea.
Well, perfect. So, Crystal, I did add you as a co-host. I don't know if you're able to speak. I can't see if where you're at, but
Fred,
we are. You're here.
I am. Hello, everybody. Uh,
Oh, it's getting close, Dr. Crystal Vance.
oh
It's
my
close.
goodness. All I got to say is, whoo, doggy. This is a lot of work, but it's for all the right reasons. And there's something super magical about this event. Like, I am so excited for the, it's it's of course the truth never changes, right? So how we do business, the the and you're probably going to hear that tonight. At the core, we only do a few things, and the more you do them, the better you get at them. And you're going to hear that. But there's something unique about Tara and I, and that is we like to have fun. And so this whole event is going to be fun. and we're making sure of it. And if it's not fun, I don't want to do it. So I want to have a really super fun event. But what people are going to walk away with, I really believe that this, for those of you who are coming in attendance, I want you to know, I believe you get an extra turbo booster on your PXP. You're going to go into PXP on fire. And I have a feeling tonight's content that Sheila and her team are going to be sharing is like just like nitro boost to the extra turbo pack. So I'm super excited for tonight. I cannot wait to see you guys. I can't wait from you to hear from the team. And it's just going to be a really fun time the entire weekend, not just the dance at the end.
So, Crystal, I know y'all have so much lined up. Me and Andrea has talked about it today, and I want to tell everybody on here. Maybe you can give everybody can give some love in the comments. Tara Stewart and Dr. Crystal has put so much time into this event, and if you've got Tara's number, like shoot her a message. Like you're on here with Crystal, but they have done so much. We have so many teams coming in from all over the place. I would say if you're within an 8 hour drive, guys, get to
get here.
this event. Get to this event. You know, we try not to tell you, you know, you got to fly. So, you know, that's up to you. You're welcome to come to any events we have that is a Connect event. But I promise you, you get to this event, you and your teams will be blessed. So, Dr. Crystal, thank you so much for all you do.
Thank you. Can't wait to see
Yes.
everybody.
All
Well,
right, Andrea Rosser.
yes. Oh,
Next up.
hold on, hold on. My screen went a little wonky.
That's
So
okay.
yes, super excited about it. If you guys don't have your tickets yet, there's a little QR code. If you've got a second screen, sometimes that's hard with second screen with the QR codes, but you can scan here. If you are on your phone right now, we'll go to your back office, go to events, and you can register. And that's coming up in July. There there is going to be a very special event for officers and above. Anybody?
Absolutely. And this, Andrea, is going to be, we're going to sign an NDA. This is for if you qualify for officer by um, July the 18th, I think it is. And
Mhm.
then you can sign this NDA with us at this event, and you're going to get all the details, all the goodies that's going to be for the PXP event in Dallas, Texas. So, oh my goodness. I mean, and you're talking about an industry best, that little dark box right there. Just wait what's inside. So, Andrea, we'll move to the next one. We'll roll right on here. I want to say this about PXP Dallas, Texas, guys. This will be our company's biggest event. It is amazing, and it will be one of those that you just need to go ahead and lock in. Lock in the date of September the 11th through the 14th, but then start pushing your team now to get there. It's like you want to secure the seats. You want to secure the seats for your team because what will be launched at this event will be epic, and it will be the setup for 2026, no doubt, no doubt. So that's September the 11th through the 14th. Saddle up here for the hotel. It's right there. It's a beautiful hotel. I've stayed there many a times in the Omni. It's an awesome, awesome venue. So, all right, Andrea.
So I think this is the most exciting part, in my opinion, is the recognition that will take place at PXP. And so I don't know about you guys, but there's something really special about walking the stage and watching your team walk the stage. And our new managers and above will have that opportunity. So, Coach, do you want to talk a little bit about the power of manager with us tonight?
Absolutely. Let's just focus on a few tonight, Andrea, if you will, and manager is one of them. And so we have till August the 29th. Many of you are doing the Todd Falcone, the 12-week program. Many of you are in that right now, and it runs right up until this deadline of August the 29th. And here's the thing. I want you to think about you and your team. I want you to think about the power of manager. When I joined network marketing years ago, $1,000 a month was the buzz. And guess what it is today? $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month helps people make it to Friday. $1,000 a month helps people have grocery money at the end of the month. $1,000 a month, takes people on maybe a weekend little getaway. You never know what $1,000 a month does. So what is $1,000 a month? A paid as manager in our company. We have combed all the data. If you're a paid as manager for 12 months, that is at least $14,000 of income. That's over $1,000 a month. So how do you get to manager? Well, you need 1,000 in, let's just take 2 lines. You might have multiple lines, but let's take 2. 1,000 in your line 1, 1,000 in your line 2 of product volume. Guys, that's 2 10-packs a month, a week, right? So think about 2 10-packs getting released in a line of business. That's 1,000 PV. So who in your business can you focus on? First of all, if you're not a manager, get there. Like get with your upline and focus on a plan like these ladies did to break the ranks they broke last week. Get with your upline and go, I want to get to manager. I want to get to $1,000 a month. Show me how. Let's set a plan and let's go after it. And then if you're a leader, if you've got a team, look into your team. Look at all your people that are not managers. And guess what? Ask them, call them up. If I could get you to manager before August the 29th, would you want to? So that we can walk across the stage at PXP in Dallas. And the ones that tell you yes, devise the plan of 1,000 and 1,000 in each line and run to get them across the finish line. So most important thing you could be doing right now with you and your team is running for this manager.
Love it. Love it. Thank you, Coach. And so we do have some promotions that go along with running to manager. And so just so you guys know, when you achieve manager by that, so the deadline for this is August 22nd, and you accumulate 2,000 of PV of that new volume bonus, well, guess what? You get a special experience with Darren and John. So that's super exciting. We want everybody to have that time with them and to be recognized for that. So make sure you're helping your people get there as well and get yourself there. Nothing to add. Okay, perfect. And then we also have the gala. So this is something that you can also qualify for. So vice president and above and 6,000 new volume bonus volume. And that gets you into the gala event. So it's limited to the first 100. So go run quick because that will be an incredible event.
Yes, we want to put these qualifications in front of you because we want everybody in the room. We want everybody on the stage and we want everybody to get to the special event with Darren and John. So be on the Monday night calls. The company will continue to promote this and we want to put this in front of you each and every week. So, oh my goodness, the body balance challenge winners. Let's go over this really quick. So out of our women's division, Petra Fontenot out of New Orleans. Great job, Petra. First place, taking home $1,000. Second place, Susan Smith. Awesome job, Susan and Tina Yee. Great job. Out of our women's division, men's division, first place, and I don't know that we got everybody, Andrea. We might be in trouble tonight. So, okay. This was the body weight percentage loss. Men, go ahead, Andrea.
Whew. So Paul Heineman, congratulations. Christian McNeil and Peter Ho. So congratulations to you, gentlemen. And I
All right.
apologize for the butcher of those names,
Great.
but congratulations, body weight percentage lost.
All
And
right.
then we
And then
have our
the
fitness journeys.
inspiring fitness journeys. Go ahead. You read them out, Andrea.
Okay, first place for the ladies, we've got Nicole Surratt. So congratulations, Nicole. That's fantastic. Second place, Chelsea Parker. Great job, lady. Third place, we've got Taylor Cook. So great work for the ladies. And then the gentlemen, we have
John Fuller. First place, Seth Creekmore. Second place and third place, Thomas Williams. Great job, guys. Awesome. All right, moving right
Congratulations.
along. We've got total body transformation. First place, Jennifer Goodman. Great job. Second place, Shelby Snyder. And third place, Kara Skelly. Great job. Awesome job.
And for the gentlemen, first place, we've got Josh Hubler. Congratulations. Second, we've got Kevin Bardis. Congratulations. And then third place, Zachary Weaver. So great job, gentlemen.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Guys, we have some new tools. We know there's a lot of boards going around, but we want to make sure you know that there is a Canada boards that is a part of the system of growth. So if you're doing business over in Canada and you need some tools there, look for the Canada flag and you can get that or see your upline. Okay. We want to make sure everybody knows that the tools are there. All right, Andrea. Now, before we introduce, and I let Andrea introduce, okay, because I don't want to steal her thunder. Andrea, can we pan out for just a minute? Okay. I want to look at everybody because we got to move. We personally invited these ladies on tonight because just last week they devised a plan. They excelled at the plan. They broke senior officer, and many ranks within their team. And so we're like, we want to bring these ladies on tonight, first of all, and celebrate. Second of all, we want to hear how. Okay. And over the next coming weeks on the Wednesday Wisdom, we're going to bring people to you, right? We're going to bring people to you that are making things happen and that can share the nuggets like I shared before. And then hopefully we're going to have some time at the end. And I'm going to end with kind of a call to action for this time of year on what to focus on to get this thing going in the direction to have the biggest explosion for you and your team in 2026. So, Andrea, I'll turn it back to you.
Well, thank you so much for that. And I just want to take a quick moment to brag on Sheila. So, Sheila Bycofski, if you guys don't know her, you are missing out. She is a phenomenal leader and she tends to be, we're going to say, a little sneaky. So, she doesn't really want to be recognized. She doesn't want to be in the spotlight. She rank advances. She doesn't tell anybody. Like, she's just going to run and win her own race. But with that, she has a gigantic heart for helping her team. She is a leader that is in the trenches with her people. And I could get a little choked up. You guys know I'm a crier, so I'm gonna try not to. But what I've seen with this woman is such a heart and dedication to making sure that all of her people get what they want. And she is working at it and she is strategizing. She knows the comp plan like no other, and she's going to make sure that her people win. So I wanted to hand the call over to you, Sheila.
And and Andrea, I got to say this about her. She's had a lot of success here in a year. Like this lady has broke the ranks. She's a six-figure plus earner with our company. But one of the things, every time I go to her hometown, every time she has won 3 vacations with this company since she's been here in over a year. Every time I get with her, she leads with gratitude.
Mm.
I am so grateful for this company. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I'm so grateful, 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 grateful. And I'm like, that's the spirit that creates something long term in our industry. So, Sheila, thanks for your leadership. Thanks for what you represent. And I'm so glad you said yes to Partner Co.
Absolutely. So Sheila, thank
Can
you
we
so
pan
much.
out?
We can absolutely pan out. And then, okay, good, it worked. And then I do have slides for your ladies. So if you want me to show them, you just let me know when, but the floor is yours. And thank you so much for sharing with us tonight.
Well, I'm honored to be here. When you think that it just can't get any better at Partner Co., it just keeps getting better. And a lot of that is because of all of these people that we see here on Partner Co. I'm thankful that I was willing to take another look, Michelle McKay. I'm thankful that um, that 2 people, 3 people, 4 people started saying yes, and one by one, team members started coming in. And so tonight, what excites me is to bring you the story of what happened when Rhonda and Martha got together and started thinking and planning about a way to help their team advance and make achievements. Now, that also is because Rhonda is very driven. Martha is very driven. I want to highlight something as well before we begin to share their story. So in April of 2024, I and Michelle McKay and Haley Lee and Cynthia Bolden went to an event for Kelly Chun in Philadelphia, Mississippi. Do you two girls remember that? You two ladies?
Absolutely.
Yes. And so I would say that, we looked back on that event. We were there for Kelly because these two amazing leaders are part of Kelly Chun's downline that we're so thrilled to have here. And that was probably, I still think back on that event. That was probably one of the best events I feel like in ever that we've done with Partner Co. And we heard pretty much from the five of us that night. But that's the night for the first time that I put eyes on Martha Hancock and Rhonda Wilson. And it truly impacted my life. And I bet, Rhonda, if you'll remember, you coming up to me at the end of that meeting with tears in your eyes,
Absolutely.
and you shared with me what had happened to your bank account and what had happened for you. And I looked back on a text, it was a messenger thread, where you showed me, I think in the message you said, I just earned over the last month what I didn't even earn in a year at the previous company where I was. So I want y'all to hear, and she didn't really ever get off the ground over there. And then we're talking about Miss Martha here. So Miss Martha, who had been on a journey before, Martha has a really special job there in the Philadelphia, Mississippi area and influences and affects a lot of people's lives. And so I know Kelly Chun is glad that Martha Hancock said yes, because Martha began her journey. And these two ladies are two of the people on the team that decided to buy into, you're going to love this, Brent, the system of growth. They bought into the system of growth, right?
Right.
So they launched into the system of growth last year and have done all the things. Attended PXP. They have events in their hometown. Y'all need to hear that even when sales slow down, these women are having events and staying connected to people. And so they've attended PXP. Rhonda was Martha had a conflict with a family issue. Rhonda was able to go to Discover Utah, and I'm going to let her speak about that because Discover Utah actually had, I think that combined with all the things they're doing, it was an influence. It had a major effect on how the vision that Rhonda came back with that was brought into Martha's her sponsor. So she brought that into the whole team beneath Martha. So y'all have done, this is the other thing I want to say at the very beginning. You've been consistent. I want everybody to hear this. They've been consistent. Even when they may not have thought they understood what was happening, or maybe this is not working like we thought, they've been consistent. They show up for things. They're on the Zooms. They're at the meetings. They're on calls with their teams. Okay, they're doing all the things. So I will say this. I can't wait for you to, what title did you achieve, Martha? Say it out loud.
Senior officer.
Woo, girl. And I think you're only the 11th one so far that have hit it this year. So you're in a very special class. I think Martha just thought it can't be real. She cried when she finally saw the numbers. So what would you say about that, Martha?
Well, when we started this, it was for our team. Some of them wanted to move up. They wanted bigger checks, so it was all done for them. I thought kind of that we could get Rhonda to officer, but it was like, don't worry about me. That's a long way off,
Right.
So, um, you know, all I can say is I don't have a big team. I have two amazing people under me. I mean, I can't
Mm,
find again.
I know
And they have taken and they ran with it. And they have
they did.
amazing people up under them. So, you know, I'm real humble to be here to share this because really anybody on the team could and should be here sharing it. Because,
Yes.
you know, it's only through God and through many prayers that we were able to do what we were able to do.
Hey, Sheila,
So, yes, sir.
I just have to say this because Martha's heart, oh my gosh. When I called Martha to congratulate her, she was in tears, so thankful for Rhonda and you, Sheila, and the team. And I just had to bring her back. I said, do you realize a paid as senior officer, we've combed the data in the company. A paid as senior officer each week, you get to the end of the month, that that senior officer has the ability to bring in $160,000 in earnings. And it's senior officer is a life-changing spot. Like I just think back and I told Martha, I said, so I want you to know what you've hit is very, very important. An officer, huge important. Like to know that we're hitting this in this company with this system of growth. I just gotta just applaud you again, Martha, because you do deserve it. Let me tell you, everybody on this call
Mm-hmm.
deserves to be where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
God put us on this earth to thrive, not to survive, and you, lady, are thriving. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
My team did this. I did not. You know,
Well, you worked with them, Martha, so we're not going to let you get away with just acting like you didn't do anything, okay? Because
That's right.
you did some sales, you did some things, right? But I think what's beautiful is that you're allowing your people to be leaders. So I will say that is something that Haley and I talk a lot about is that one of our jobs is to equip you. Like we're going to get you to places, but we also want to equip you and train you to be able to do the same thing. And so you're allowing that to happen with your team. So now I want to switch to Rhonda for just a minute. Congratulations, Miss Officer, who's now going to
Thank
be in
you.
the
Thank you.
Officers Facebook group with the Partner Co. corporate. If you were in Ohio, you'd be at the Officers Luncheon.
I
But
know I was
at
a little jelly a while ago when
PXP,
they were talking
I
about it.
know.
I
So
was
at
like, I want to go.
PXP, you'll be at the officers meeting. There will be an officers event at Partner Co. So at our PXP rather. So Rhonda, what I want you to do is talk a little bit about kind of what you kind of envisioned and then how you took it to the downline. So kind of give us that picture of what you were envisioning with this run.
To back up a little bit before we started the run, we had, like she said, we have been having events. Our brand partners on my team got together and decided that we wanted to come together and start doing something weekly. And at first it was just us. We might have one or two guests. We might not have any guests, but sometimes we only had one, sometimes we had, a couple. But every time that we would get together, it would get a little bigger. There would be, more brand partners because every time that somebody came as a guest, they joined. I've got one person
Oh,
that attended as a guest throughout the whole time that we've been doing these events. I've got one attendee guest that has not joined, and she is
that's
waiting to
powerful.
pre-sale. She is trying to pre-sale because she doesn't want to sign up until she's ready to order, and that's big. I don't want to waste any days for her going to Ultimate until we get ready for her to place an order. So I'm working with her, and she'll probably join very soon. We actually had talked about this through this week, but
Right.
we started having those events, and a lot of my team did not know each other. We come from we're right here in the same town, but a lot of people, even Martha and I live in the same town, and until we started doing our previous company, I didn't know her. And so a lot of my team didn't know each other, and they didn't know anything about boosting or trying to get their posts seen. And so that was where I started, really just trying to get them to dig in and support each other so that we could get our post on Facebook seen. And
So
so
you built relationships.
we did build relationships. At first, the first couple of times I did the presentation just, as is, the same one that we had been using at all other things. And then I got to looking about their own before and afters. Our team has some great results. A lot of people have lost weight, had great financial results, great health results, better labs, coming off medicines. Those are things that people need to know so that, they'll buy into what you're selling them, what you're telling them about. So we just highlighted our own before and afters in the presentation. And so that would opened up opportunity for them. They were more open to share their own story. And so when they started releasing that and started, talking to each other amongst at the events, and we just took it to a board, and we created a board and just started sharing. The whole month of June, we just went through and highlighted just our team along with some other fill-ins, but they were guided and coached to love on each other, to go to each other's posts. And it wasn't a fake comment like and I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm saying it was not generic. That's a good word
It
for
was very personalized
it.
because
Was
it was
very
obvious that they knew
personalized
each other.
because they knew who had lost the 60 pounds. When we had that picture there of Christy and she had lost the 60 pounds, they loved Christy. They were all over it, and they just would comment. And so even the first few days of doing the board, they were selling drops like it was Christmas all over. So once we started getting a little volume.
Right. So let's talk about, so what you did was you gave them a specific task and you said, we're going to pre-sell. We're going to start this period of time that we're going to post and sell. We're taking pre-sales for orders, which is how a lot of people will work this when they necessarily don't have the money yet to buy a 10-pack or 30-pack, right? So you had all of them focused, and then they were, again, supporting each other. And then y'all discussed that because they were looking for an advancement opportunity, we all know, because of this is one reason why I love the comp plan. If you know how the comp plan runs, you know how to build your activity to benefit from the comp plan. So volume rolls up, right? We get the opportunity here, volume flows up. So you told your team, we're going to make this run, and then we're going to do all of our orders, and we're going to discuss placement and making sure that everybody got placed where it would benefit the most, right? So
absolutely. I have a little mantra that said, the volume rolls up and the blessings come down. That was the way.
My goodness. Okay.
That was our mantra through this whole thing. The volume goes up and the blessings come down. And they certainly did. They did.
So what else? So didn't you put like some type of so you had a little, what do you call it? Like you had a visual where when they sold a box of drops, y'all counted off, right? So tell us about that. And tell us I want to know what it did for them.
Right. That's what I was just fixing to say. Excitement breeds excitement. So we had to find a way to keep everybody engaged and motivated. And I just had a sounding board. I put a post in my team page that had a block that had 100 squares on it. And I called it the Slenderized Sell-Off. And I had a little thing on there where if they sold a box of drops, to claim the first box. And then when they the next person sold the next box or 2 or 3 boxes. Sometimes they were counting them off 4 and 5 at a time, and we would have to go back. Martha and I were having to keep the numbers straight, which box they were up to. And
they kept y'all hopping.
It did. It kept us hopping. And when we got to the end of it, we just had a little challenge that we were doing. They would sell boxes 1 through 10, and then I would draw for some little thing, and the giveaways really weren't that significant. It was just like a little carrot to help them keep driving, and just cheering each other on. That was the fun part. It was just like one big cheer party.
So I know you, do you have your little, so y'all, Rhonda created this little Excel sheet. Where's my Andrea? Andrea, you would have loved it. You would love it. She had this Excel sheet that she created to give us the details. This is where we're fixing to blow y'all's mind about how few people and what they did. So let me ask this question because I wanted you to have your spreadsheet, and we're not going to read everything from the spreadsheet, Rhonda. We're going to key on some specific things. But let me ask you this first. How far in advance did y'all pre-sale? Because I know people are going to want to know what the time frame was. And let me say this before you answer the question. So they had a pre-selling time frame, all right? And then we picked a particular commission week, which all of our commission weeks start on Saturday. So we knew starting that Saturday was when orders would start being put in, okay? So how far in advance did y'all pre-sale? Was it about 7 to 10 days?
We started on, we announced the plan. We talked about the plan on the 19th, and we started pre-selling on the 20th of
Eight
June.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
good
20th of
deal.
June.
And so,
And then they couldn't order until the 28th. That's when the week
okay,
started.
because y'all, what we were doing is using the volume, okay? You've got a few people working to benefit a whole lot of people. I say a few, the few that it's pretty mind-blowing. So let me ask this question about how many people were involved with the run? About how many? 11?
And then
Okay.
Rhonda 13, I think.
Right. There were 11,
Okay.
including Martha on my team, and then Christy had 2 more. So there were 13
Okay.
total.
And so let us say this for clarification too. Rhonda is in Martha's pay line. But guess who did you work with just the pay line?
We're all in
No.
Martha's pay line, but I worked with my power line and my pay line. Everybody went up. Everybody
Correct.
that was
And
running went up.
okay, so we work with both lines. Okay, we're working with both lines like that. Now, this is going to be so, Rhonda, when you started the commission week, what was your PV at the beginning of that week when you were making a run to officer of 66, 67?
220 PV.
And Martha, what was your PV making a run to senior officer of 13,334?
524.
Okay, write it down, people. Write it down. Okay.
And it wasn't a good week. It was Green Week. And Green Week is my worst week for subscriptions. And Rhonda's too. Rhonda's actually ran on Green Week. And Christy, it wasn't for her. So it wasn't good for
So
any.
we blew out of the water that you can start with whatever, right? But because it was all about a focused, very purposeful, very intentional focus on an activity that everybody's doing at the same time, just the way like our system of growth is. Now, so Rhonda, tell us about the rank advancements. So how many total advancements, and you can probably word it better than I can from that.
Together, we had 20 rank advancements within 13 people.
Amazing. 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 So now what did you want to say?
I was just going to also add, we also had 11 people who increased in business level.
Oh, yeah.
We had 5 that went to Ultimate. Started out, new brand partners that went to Ultimate. We also had 2 people who went to Elite, 3 that hit business level, and 1 activated her business. So that was 11 business levels that were affected by this run.
All right. So now tell me about new volume bonus. The volume. How much new volume bonus volume was generated? Or how did you word it in that?
Total, we had new volume bonus earnings of over $3,600.
Wow. Wow. And so I know that there were at least 2 people. So this is another thing, y'all, that I liked about this run. What they were doing is lining up with PXP qualifications. So because 2 of them hit the 2,000 in new volume bonus volume, they have qualified for the experience with Darren and John. And then there's 2 or 3 that are at 1,500. They still have to the end of August. So we're going to have they are going to have several who will hit the qualification. So I like that what we're running is in line with what corporate is running at the same time. so that we're helping them. They're not only getting personal achievements, but we're helping them qualify for PXP things.
And it keeps the momentum going instead of it being over.
Yes, Martha.
It's like, okay, now we got to do this. We've got something
So this is the other thing that's awesome. So look, some of these people who turned on their subscription, when we sent them a message and said, hey, there's going to be a lot of volume moving in your downline, you might want to turn your subscription on June the 28th. But now these people are commissionable also for the next 4 weeks. So there's going to be some things happening, and I think we're going to see continued momentum in that org. So you've pre-sold a lot of drops. Okay, and y'all are waiting on your orders. Your deliveries are probably happening. I think orders started going in last Wednesday. So shipments of drops are showing up in Philadelphia, Mississippi. Hopefully nobody's going to steal your drops if they see them coming in, right? But what is it that we train in our team relevant to now that you've got somebody starting the drops? What are you going to train your team to do, Rhonda?
They are going to add them to a 3-way text with their sponsor. That, I mean, you know, they're bringing their people to me. We're also adding them into our customer support group so that we can answer their questions and support them, set expectations, and then we've got, you know, we're going to be ready to convert them when they're ready for their second box of drops. We learned a lot about what we didn't know at the beginning. And I don't want to lose anybody else. I don't want to let anybody else fall through the cracks. We're fixing to build. We're going places, and this is not going to stop right now. We're just getting started.
Well,
we're pretty excited about it.
Ladies,
one of the things that happened too, that last week when the order started coming in, it was like they reached their rank that they wanted. You know, they said, I want to move from, manager to senior manager. Well, what happened was it was like, well, you only need so much more to move up another rank.
Exactly.
We had 8 of those people that double ranked. I mean, it was wild. It was really wild. And they were so excited and so proud, and I'm so proud for them, and I can't wait for Friday morning because I want to see what everybody shout out what their checks were.
So Brent, I've already told them that when they get their paychecks on Friday, that I want to walk them through their commission summary, because I want to show them where that money came from so they can identify what they did with how it matches. Because I love some of them at getting their first savings bonus dump. I love that. They're going to see matching bonus in some areas. So I want them to be able to see how their pay correlates with what their activity was. So we're super proud of them, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to share this particular type of focus.
Sheila, Rhonda, Martha, congratulations. Oh my goodness. I'm just so excited, and I just applaud you for everything you've done. Guys, give them love in the comments. It's hard, it's not easy. I mean, Sheila's done this a lot, but it's not easy coming on a live and looking at everybody and hoping you're giving value. I want to tell you, ladies, you gave value because what you did is you crossed the finish line of a place that maybe someone else is not at. And it gives us hope that, hey, if you can do it, we can do it, right? We just got to zero in on those areas. And that, to me, is the biggest takeaway for tonight. And as we end tonight, I just want to bring it back to everybody. And I want to share something with you. I'm just so proud. And Sheila, thank you so much for bringing it all together tonight. I want to encourage you. I want to go ahead and put this down on your list, okay? Saturday morning, I'm going to do a call with Chris Doyle on Chris Doyle's Saturday morning call. Okay. It's actually posted right now in Partner Co Nation. Andrea, if you wouldn't mind, maybe we can grab it if somebody and move it over to Telegram as well. We're going to lay out some fundamental pieces. I want to share with you. And let me tell you what I love about Martha and Rhonda and Sheila's team putting this focus together Because I know the time of year we're in. Why do I know it? Because guys, if you work for Macy's, if you work for Costco, would you say that odds are there's different times a year that you're like, oh yeah, the rush is on, right? Would you agree with that? Like every profession has those moments. Well, guess what? Our profession does too. And let me tell you where everybody's been. May, welcome to graduation. Welcome to kids getting out of school. Welcome to parents going crazy, going, oh my gosh, little Johnny's now here bugging me every day. Okay, some of you know what I'm talking about. By the way, I was an educator. I know it all too well. People are they're distracted, especially if they're not new to the company. If they've been with the company, man, it's like, where did they go? You know, it's kind of like your 16-year-old kid. You're like, I lost my kid. They'll be back. It's just usually a couple of years. They'll be back to you. So they're just a Martian for a little while. But May and June are tough. They're tough. People are distracted. July, let me tell you what happens after the 4th of July. We start thinking, I got to get ready for the kids to go back to school. Oh my goodness, that's clothes. I got to close these kids that grow like a weed. Oh my goodness, that means Christmas is coming up. The world makes a shift. You know what happens January the 1st? I bet I don't even have to tell you. New Year's resolutions. Wow. Guess what? Would you say the world shifts January the 1st like they're starting to think New Year's resolutions, what I need to do? Guess where it shifts to after the 4th of July? Over the next 2 weeks, you're going to see people coming back to you. You're like, oh my goodness, welcome them back, right? Just like you would at church. Come on back. The pew's warm. And here's the thing. When they get here, run with them. Grab them. Devise a plan, just like you heard tonight. Create something, right? And create community around it. That's the biggest takeaway. Did you hear Martha and Rhonda talk about like they were creating this sheet and marking people's names off for the drops and they were putting their names in the spot? Guess what that did? That's exciting. That's fun. When's the last time you've created a challenge on your team and marked names off and filled spots? Like you're an entrepreneur. You're your own boss. The fun of this business is you get to make your own rules here. You get to do what Martha and Rhonda did. And Sheila, like you get to devise your plan. Nobody's standing over you. Like nobody's standing over Julie Park going, Julie, you've got to do this today. She gets to do it on her own. That's the beauty of this, is you control. Now, why do I tell you that? On Saturday morning, we're going to lay out some plans. So I would highly recommend looking for that call, getting it. Somebody might can find it on Partner Co Nation and post it in the comments. It's going to be a great call for you to be on. Here's what I want to, as we leave this call, whether you're a veteran in the industry listening to this or you just started, right now today, for the rest of 2025 is an amazing time to change your life in this industry. If you will focus and turn the jets on. I share this with you because I'm doing exactly what you're doing. I talked to Crystal Vance today. Me and her was talking about all the prospects. I just announced, I just put a new brand partner in the business. I just put him on Partner Co Nation. I'm not doing anything different than I'm telling you right now. If you will go take a box, put it in your car, don't come home without it being gone. If you will make a list of your customers and go after the follow-ups, talk to your upline. If you're like, I don't know what to say, talk to your upline. They'll give you all kinds of things to say, all kinds of strategies to do. I'm not going to go over those with you tonight. I can a later time. But also right now, reach out to people. Reach out to people and go, listen, I don't know if this hits you at the right time, but our company's on fire and I would like to share it with you. Have a smile on your face. Be excited. And if they say, okay, yeah, guess what? Link someone up and get them on a Zoom. Get them on a 3-way call. Go to their house. Meet them. Connect right now. And you will set up your 2026. I never judge my business. I look at my business week to week and month to month, but I judge my business year to year. Would you agree that if you make $500,000 in this business in a year, do you really care if you made 100,000 of it this month, 2-month period, and then 100,000, and then this was a slow? You get to the end of the year and you're like, I've made $500,000. So here's what I challenge you to do. Judge your business by the year. Focus on it day to day to day, week to week to week, month to month to month, and know the bright spots to run. I'm talking about, I believe that you stay consistent year long. I'm an entrepreneur. This is $1 million a year business for me. I believe you treat it like one. But if you're somebody going, I want to do this part-time. I'm here. I'm just wanting to do it part-time. I challenge you that you need 5 presentations a week in front of prospects. 5. Mary Catherine Ewan made $50,000 last year and she worked 1 hour a day. Would you work 5 hours a week, 7 hours a week for $50,000 extra in your bank account? She did. She also lost 80 something pounds in the process. How about that? That's life changing. So here's what I'm here to tell you. If you started today and went, I just want to work part-time, I just want to make $1,000 a month, 5 presentations a week, consistently do it from now for 6 months. We come back December the 31st, 6 months from now. Talk to me. If you did it 5 presentations a week, part-time, and tell me how much you're making. Challenge me on it. I know what will happen. But let me tell you what else. If you go, no, Brent, $1,000 not enough. I need real money here. I need real money. If you're willing to challenge yourself right now to December the 31st and got my goal, I'm getting 5 presentations in. Between my personals and my team, I am going to get 5 presentations in a day. You are on your road to becoming a millionaire in this business, to generating $1 million income. You got to ask yourself, if you're sitting there right now going, I don't know, he might be full of it. Have you ever done it? Have you went through a 6-month period, a 90-day period, where you could say, I truly challenge myself to hammer 5 presentations a day? It's hard work. But see, sometimes in network marketing, we do everything but the hard work. We write books, we write trainings, we do videos, we do everything. But the thing that pays us is being in front and in the presence of new people. Fill your day up with new people between now and the end of the year and watch what happens in 2026 for you. Watch how many times the company calls your name. Watch the trips you'll be rewarded on next year to go with the company. All of it, because the right action creates the right results, which creates the right revenue, which creates the points and everything that gets you on our trips. We're going to share more of it Saturday as we come together. But I just want you to do some thinking between now and Saturday to the call. What are you willing to do? I gave you two options. Part-time, 5 presentations a week. I want to make this like game changer. I want to leave my career, want to do this full time. 5 a month, 5 a day, I'm sorry. Between your own personals and your business. If you're willing to do that, call me on December the 31st and tell me what's happened. I promise you, I know your destiny if you're willing to walk the walk. And I believe tonight we'll have some people that I might not even know about you until December the 31st, that you made that commitment to yourself. You made that commitment to yourself. And I challenge you, reach out to your upline and go, here's where I'm going. Here's what I'm going to do. I'd love to lock arms with you and do it with you. Okay? Guys, Andrea, we're on the hour. I'll turn it back to you. Ladies, thank you so much for this call tonight and for all of you for tuning in.
Well, thank you, Coach. That was phenomenal. We
Hey,
will,
Andrea,
yeah.
do we have a Wednesday training coming up next week? Is it Wednesday?
Yes, so
You want to
Wednesday
tell
at
everybody?
noon. Yes. So we took a little hiatus from our Wednesday noon training, so we're going to go ahead and kick that back off next week. So I'll get the flyer out and get that out to everybody. So we do a basic getting started training at noon Central Time sharp, and then at 12:30 or very close to it, we do a more advanced training. So we'll go ahead and kick those off next week. So feel free to tune in yourself, send your new people there, and we will take really good care of them. But thank you, everybody, for tonight. I'll tell you, my phone has gone bonkers with people saying, I want their game plan. I want their game plan. I want to do what they're doing because, man, what a gift to be able to look down into your team. To start with the volume that they started with to start with the number of people that they started with, and to create such an incredible explosion. And I know we can all do it. And as Coach said, the timing is right now. So thank you, ladies. Congratulations. Thank you, Coach, for everything. Can't wait to see everybody in Ohio and in Dallas very, very soon. And thank you for tuning in. Love you guys. And we'll see you back next week.
Love you guys. Grateful for you. Have a great night.